Welcome back to the Florida Panhandle, where we are headed to a house made out of 6,000 bottles of beer and wine. You're not going to want to miss this, so let the adventure begin. They claim that people come from all over the globe to visit this bottle house. Now, we are in the Florida Panhandle, and we are going to a bottle house made out of beer bottles and wine bottles. So, from what I understand, this guy, years ago, he decided to construct this house by using recycled bottles. He would go to the local recycling plant, and he'd pick up the bottles and he'd bring them back and start working on his house. And people actually would leave him bottles just specifically for this venture. So it's got to be pretty cool, you know, so far. Hopefully you're enjoying this video. And but just not over. Let's continue on. Now, from what I understand, it took this guy over a year to construct this house. And as I mentioned, it was constructed over 6,000 bottles of wine and beer. And folks would leave bottles for him, and then he'd kind of put this thing together. So it's kind of an interesting thing. So let's go check her out. Now, it costs like $3,000 to construct this bottle house. And I'm going to stand the owner. He's welcoming to people, to visitors. So just they tell you to close the gate. Okay, and I close the gate. Okay, so because they got some animals out here, it's kind of on this guy's property. He's got some dogs, and he doesn't want any, thing getting out. So when you come here, be respectful of that, and what this guy's put together, and it's free also in this town of Carabel, Florida, on the Florida Panhandle. It's pretty cool. So what I understand is he constructed it in about 2012, and as I mentioned, it took about a year to put it together. So. All right, let's get a close look at this bad boy. So, all right, we are headed into the bottle house. So here you go. So let's, we'll give you a closer look at it from the outside, but let's go inside right now and see what she's all about. Okay, so, all right, here we go. So it looks like there's some sort of visitor book here. You can place your name in there as a visitor to, the world famous bottle house. So it looks like you can see how the light hits. As they come through the bottles, it kind of illuminates the inside of the bottle house. You got some larger bottles, the wine bottles, and then some beer bottles. Look at that, that's kind of cool. All right. Just one of your unique, struggling with that word, kind of roadside attractions that you're going to find along the off-beaten path. So I always encourage people, that's kind of the theme of my channel is, just don't stick on the interstate. Get off these, on the byways and the highways, kind of discover America and see what you can find. You'll often find something interesting. All right, here's a view from the outside. I love this kind of pattern he did here on the bottle house. Okay, so one of the things this owner also did is he created a lighthouse that's kind of like a replica of the Crooked River Lighthouse, and we're going to go there next. So that's also on our journey, so stick around, you don't want to miss that. But this guy constructed a replica of that lighthouse on his property. Guess what he made it out of? Of course, bottles. Check that bad boy out in all its glory. So I wonder how long it took to make that. I couldn't read about how long it took to do that. I know the whole house thing took about a year to do, about $3,000 to construct, but that thing is pretty impressive. So, like I said, that is a picture, a replica of the lighthouse where we're headed next. So, stick around, you don't want to miss that. now at the Crooked River Lighthouse, the historic lighthouse here in the Florida Panhandle. It was constructed, I believe, in 1895, and I believe it was restored in 2007. You know, it's a long time for a lighthouse to be around. So we'll get into the ins and outs of this lighthouse here in a second, and kind of tell you what it's all about and, you know, kind of what its purpose is. So this lighthouse is kind of stood as a beacon to guide maritime sailors through the treacherous pass between, I believe, is St. George Island and Dog Island. So the light would kind of guide them through, because the islands are pretty close together, and I guess, you know, with the fog and at nighttime, whatever, it's, they don't want these ships to run aground. So it's been here forever, man. It's kind of a cool historic spot. All right, we're gonna show it to you in a second. You gotta listen to me talk about it first. Now, from what I understand, this lighthouse is in the National Maritime Registry. So it's famous for that. And I believe it's just like $6 to get up into the lighthouse. So it's a kind of cool place to go, and for some family fun, you know, as you're driving along the coast here in Florida, you know, you're passing all these little towns, maybe you want a place to stop, have a picnic or whatnot, come here to the Crooked River Lighthouse. Some family fun and entertainment. There she is in all her glory. I'm gonna try to get a better angle here. That tree is blocking it. So I just think this lighthouse has stood here since 1895. You know, as I was saying, it guide the ships through the treacherous pass so they don't run into each other or run aground. There she is. All right, let's get close. Let's see if we can go up inside that bad boy. So, we are going to go inside the lighthouse. From what I understand, it is $5 per person. What's going up? Let's see. So it is a very narrow staircase all the way up. We'll come to the first window. Let's see what I can see out there. All right, here we go. Continuing on. We have made it pretty high up. So, this is the view they would have had from up here to overlooking that's the shoreline over here. You can see just over my hand there. We'll go around the other side and then we'll get a view. I'm kind of on this side right now because the wind isn't blowing and you can actually hear what I'm saying. So, but this is the view that these guys would have to overlook the Gulf of Mexico. So, this is the view that the lighthouse, guys who would work up here in the lighthouse, or they would see. Now this is as far as you can go up as a tourist. Like I said, $5 to get up here, but you can't go actually up into the beacon where the light is. This would be your vantage point if you came all the way up here. This is a beautiful way to spend a Sunday, or any day of the week, to tell you the truth. All right, so we're hoping you enjoy your time here on Beers and Frontiers. If you're enjoying the video, if you've enjoyed what you've seen so far, if you have any comments, just leave the comments below. Make sure you hit that like button. All right. So one of the things I meant to mention while you're here is they got like a maritime museum there. It's included in the cost of admission to go up on the tower. You can check out the museum, so it's worth a look. So make sure you check that out while you're here also. So, all right. So we hope you enjoyed your time with us on this adventure today. We show you some pretty cool spots. We end up here at the lighthouse. But that's all we have for you now. Cheers for beers and for beers.